Okay, so I am all for anyone doing anything that makes them feel like themselves, and change yourself, do whatever you want. It's you. So do all that, right? But here's the thing. So there's this TikToker, and for the life of me, I can't pronounce the name, okay? So I'm so sorry. Ori Landlaw? I don't know, sorry. But she's, or they are, I don't know what they represent themselves, so I'm just gonna use they. They are very controversial on TikTok because not only like all the tattoos, but, and there's like a tongue split as well, but there's also the dyeing of the eyes. And that's what I really wanted to talk about because, like I said, do whatever that's going to make you feel like the most you. Just do it because you want to do it and you're not influenced by anyone else but you, okay? Whether I disagree of how she looked before was better, if that makes her feel fine, she has to live in that body, or excuse me, they have to live in that body, so do whatever that makes you happy. But I wanted to have a conversation about dyeing the eyeballs. And the reason being is because they have stated in their videos that dyeing their eyeballs was actually, they could have risked being blind. And so I'm sitting here like, at what point do you say, maybe I shouldn't do something that's going to mess with my senses? You know what I mean? Do you take that risk? Because then the next thing is, what if they didn't become blind, but I start just, this is why it's an honest conversation here, because I start thinking, okay, but what if they did? Then this person would be on state assistance, correct? I mean, this person would essentially be applying for disability because they are blind. They're not, but what does it say when you want to change yourself that much to where you could lose your senses? You know, when is enough enough? Like, why wasn't it more acceptable to have, I don't know, contacts, different color contacts, but to take that risk to dye your eyes just because you love how it looks? I feel like that could be very problematic, because are you okay if you're taking a risk of losing a sense because of how you want to see yourself? You know? And so I'm just curious, do you get some type of, I know for cosmetic surgeries, people get, they have to have like a psychological evaluation, or if people want to lose weight, some weight loss surgeries definitely require you to have a psychological evaluation. And I feel like in a situation like that where you could potentially be blind, that should be a forced thing, if you ask me. And I also feel, and this could be harsh, so take it how you take it, but I do feel like there should be something stating, like, you're doing this on your own free will. So if anything does happen, like, no, I do not think you should be able to use the state assistance for disability if you do become blind, because essentially what she did was stupid, but not because of, oh, how they look. And excuse me, I said she again. I feel like she identifies as a female, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. But not to like throw the books at this person, I was just, every time this person comes across my feed, because I do watch their content, I'm sitting here thinking, what about the next person? Because this person influences. So what if, you know, someone watches this person's video and they're like, oh, I'm going to do what that person did. You know, they look so cool, yada, yada, yada. But what if it doesn't work out for them? They become the unlucky person and ends up being blind. They become, and so I do feel like there should be more talks about this. Like, how far are we willing to go when it comes to changing ourselves? So yeah, what are your thoughts? And I don't want this to be a thing where you're like nitpicking on this person of how they look. I want this to be more, I mean, the internet's going to do its thing, but I'd rather have it be more of a conversation about when you want to change yourself to the extent of losing a sense, should you have to, one, take some type of psychological evaluation, and should you also have to sign something saying, hey, like, the state is not going to be paying for your assistance, like our tax dollars are not going to be paying for your disability if it doesn't go your way. So what are your thoughts?